When the universe speaks, you have to listen. What's going on, everyone? Jeremy Ritz here. Courage pays better than fear trading with a brand new episode of Driven. Happy Friday out there to everyone. And just finished up my 4th swim workout for Ironman training. It's not until September. I got plenty of time, but I'll get to the markets here in a minute, but I have to share this story. I texted my man, Paulo, after this happened because it was just so spooky. And I often talk about, you know, when you're on the path to something, you're working to accomplish the goal, the universe is going to give you signals, sign, and support. And you have to recognize it when it happens and take advantage. And so listen to this. I finished my swim workout today. Wasn't particularly good. I'm a terrible swimmer. I'm trying to learn. And one of the crazy things here is early on as I'm adapting to the swims, the 30 to 45 minutes after, I'm like nauseous and sick to my stomach. So right now when I'm recording this, I feel awful. Like I'm gonna throw up. Not to be graphic, but they say that that's typical whenever you're getting acclimated to swimming. And so I'm just accepting it. Hey, this is just part of the deal right now. But here's the crazy part is finished the workout. It wasn't particularly great today, but I got it in, really focused on my technique. And as I was heading into the locker room to change, there was a gentleman in front of me and just happened to look at his book bag. And what did it say? But Ironman. And not only that, next to the name Ironman, guess what else it said? Maryland, which is the Ironman that I'm going to do. So I was like, universe, you're speaking to me. I'm like, all right, so I gotta talk to this guy. And he was in his 70s, and I said, sir, I happen to notice that on your bag, Ironman Maryland. I said, I'm actually doing the Ironman in Maryland. And what a coincidence. And so we got to talking, and guess what? It turns out he's a swim coach. How crazy is that? And so he told me he runs a group, he does lessons, he invited me to it. So guess what I got to do now? The universe did its part saying, hey, you're struggling with swimming, this is something you need help with. Boom, here's your opportunity. Now what are you going to do with it? So guess what I have to do? I got to go and do the swim group with this guy. His name was Glenn. How cool was that? So, moral of the story, when you put something out there in the universe, when you're on the path, the universe is going to give you signals and signs, but it's your job to act on it, to take advantage of it. I've got to do that now. I got to coordinate my schedule. I'm probably not going to be able to do it this weekend or next, but that following weekend, guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be meeting with Glenn and getting my swim lesson on. That was just so cool. So wanted to share that with you guys here this morning. Anyway, it is Friday. It is OPEX Friday, so options expiration day, which is typically very volatile. We don't have any data coming this week. We had a nice pop on Thursday in the morning off of TSMC earnings. Taiwan Semiconductors gave back a good bit of that there towards the end of the day. Bitcoin had a little bit of a retest, which we knew was coming. It hit that 100-day simple moving average, pulled back a bit, and we'll see what plays out today. Next week is the big week. Been talking about it for some time. I actually just updated my earnings table that I do, where I keep track of what the companies that I follow, what they did during their last earnings report. But it all starts with Netflix, and they're going to be reporting on the 20th. I always love Netflix earnings because it's super volatile, and they're in an interesting position because they've been below that 200 for the longest time. They're under scrutiny, and can they come lower? Absolutely. They got down the last time, but they could move higher. And I'm really interested to see what happens. If they come lower, it's going to be an opportunity to scoop up some shares. I've been slowly accumulating on the downward move, but there's no signal that it's going to move higher. It does look similar to what happened back in October of 2023 after a strong push that summer, it just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. Everybody was saying, oh, Netflix is dead, it's done. It can't compete with the YouTubes of the world. And then what did it do? It went on a massive run, and it started with a gap up on earnings after just getting smashed. So we'll see what happens there. And then following Netflix, it's all the big boys. The Mag 9 start reporting, the Amazons, Apples, Metas, Teslas, Microsoft, all those guys. And then you'll have your Nvidia and Broadcom, but they won't report until later. Those will be big ones as well. But it's always a good time, a fun time in the markets, and I'm here for it. So that's all I got for you. The blueprint is starting on Tuesday. We got a bunch of cool people who are joining. I am super excited to get started. That is the year-long mentorship that I do. 45 sessions together live, all about execution. There are still a few days left to sign up. If you're interested in that, let me know. In the comments, I can send you the information to sign up. And then guess what? Guess what? I got something special that kicks off next week. Something special. So you got to stay tuned to see what it is. But we're doing a celebration. I'm doing a little, and yeah, it's episode 100 is going to come next week, but it's not even about that. But it's something that we're going to focus on Courage Pays Better Than Fear through the end of March. And you have to stay tuned next week to see what that is. So it's going to be fun. I'll tell you that. And with that said, enjoy your Friday. In the meantime, in between time, make it a great day. Honor the moment and be grateful. And listen to the universe.